Hey Carly, this is Shawn with social media marketing, and just because we weren't able to have our meeting like we had planned, I thought it may be easier if I just showed you online, just showed you like a quick video of what we would be able to do, and if you just had any questions, you could send me an email of anything you need me to get answered. Sorry if I like seem like I don't have as much energy. It's like you can see on the screen. It's 4:38 in the morning. I just thought get up and I just want to make sure that you got this by the time you were getting up in your time. But yeah. So the first thing is we would recommend we love that your posts are actually you're good, but the problem like you have testimonials, which is great. You're posting content, which is great. The problem is there's just the engagement is not there. You got 25 views on video, but granted it was posted 16 hours ago, but we know that we could do a lot more. Like something like this, when I first saw it, I initially thought that y'all may have like ran a Facebook ad. Y'all may have done that, but I assumed that it was just because the doctor was actually in the picture. So that's something I would probably maybe have recommend a little bit more, just so patients will feel like more like they know him a little bit more. But content wise, y'all are posting great content. It's just not getting in front of the right audience. Like y'all are coming up on 2,000 likes, and y'all's page was created in 2010, and this page is coming up on 20,000 likes, and their page was also created in 2010. Um, and I know that we could be at that level. And they're doing pretty much the same thing y'all are doing. They're posting. They're having this is something that they're doing that I haven't. Y'all may have done it and taken the post down, or I could have just missed it because I was going through too fast. But I haven't. This is something that I would recommend, just having some kind of post. You can easily make these. I could help y'all out and just show y'all how whoever you have creating your post. I could just send them like tutorials on how they could easily create images like this with within just a few minutes. Um, One of the things I would recommend is the Facebook ads. So what we would be able to do is we'd be able to take these testimonials and we would put them through a Facebook ad, and we would target them to people that are similar to the person in the video, so they would relate. They would feel like they relate to them a lot more, which would drive up your leads, which would bring in more, which would help build y'all's email list, so y'all have more ability to target them for free after you get them to sign up. And how we would be doing that would be through the back manager, which I will show to you. Now, here, this is where you probably, I'm sure you have, Carly, you have seen this, but this is where we would be doing most of the work, which is just behind the scenes. And for something like video, where we can get your video views for under a cent a view, we would just go video. We would normally put a campaign name there, and we would at first do split testing, especially in the first month. That's why we charge a fraction of the price of our regular price in the first month, because the first month is establishing what works the best. So it's a lot of experimenting. We're on it just watching what works well. It's a lot of just looking at numbers, really. And yeah, we would set up all of this stuff. It would be just pretty quick. And this is where everything's made. For custom audiences, that would be something we that's really important, and that's how we would essentially target everything so well. So we would say, go to someone in Hawaii, and then so we could say do that. And if y'all wanted to target everyone on the island, we could just extend it out a little bit more. I wouldn't. Y'all could if you wanted to. So if you were like you're going to target everyone within everyone on the island, so we would just bring it out until probably like a little less than 40, like 38 maybe. Yeah. So it covers the whole island. And then if you wanted to expand out even more than that, we could cover Hawaii completely. We can target the mainland and try to get people to travel over, which is something I will discuss with you later. Not getting people to travel over, but targeting everyone else, which is with building with building an online store for y'all, which is something that we've been doing research on. And we've even heard it from big names like you may have heard of Gary Vaynerchuk, which is a really big social media marketing company in New York City. And even he has mentioned that is what private practices need to start doing, is putting products online. And that is something that we are starting to implement. And we've been talking to practices, and many practices aren't seeing the value in it. So if that is something that y'all would want to take advantage of, we think it would be a great opportunity for you. Whether you do that with us, whether you choose to implement it yourself, that's fine. But I'm wanting to just help look out for y'all and just let y'all know that is the way that most places are going. I saw one plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills, I believe, or it was somewhere in California, and he's selling his own products, his own private label products. And but yeah, there's a great potential in having an online store, not in its actual private label products. So instead of it being like Zoe Health, I believe that's what the one of the brand's names called. It would actually be the name of your practice. So if you were doing it for if you wanted to put plastic surgery Hawaii, or you could just put Dr. Larry's name. Anything would be just anything that however y'all want to brand y'all's practice. Then we would put age. So we would probably say 30 to 50 maybe, but we would actually do experiments to make sure that we pick the right numbers. Most likely women. We would type in English to make sure that we're not just advertising to people that speak Spanish with English ads, because then at that point you're just wasting money. Here we would do detailed targeting. We would type in something like plastic surgery, and then we would say interest or something. Click it, and then that helps narrow down our audience. So we're targeting a specific amount of people, which we're eliminating the chances of targeting just people that have no interest at all in working with y'all. So that's basically, it's a lot more complex. We also go into dark post, which most people surprisingly they're not implementing it, but they're expecting it to get paid like $20,000 a month, but they don't even know strategies like dark post, which in a campaign ad set, you would put the same ad, but you target it to different audiences. But so you would target it towards different audiences, but What the problem is usually you would have like, let's say 5 likes on this post, 10 likes on this post, and 1 like on this post, but they're all the same ad. They're just targeted, they're all the exact same ad, and they're just targeted to different audiences. But with a dark post, we take the ID of the ad and we put it on every one. So instead of it being 5, 10, and 1, you actually, you would want to combine them so you have more social proof. So instead of it being 5, 10, and 1, it would be 5 plus 10 plus 1. So it'd be 16 for all of them. So it'd say 16 likes, 16 likes, 16 likes, instead of 5 likes, 10 likes, and 1 like, and then also combines the shares and the comments. So it's like it's one post, but it's really 3 different ones just in the same ad set, which is just a strategy to have social proof. So, and it may not seem like a big deal with like amount of likes like those, but whenever you're doing video views, like what I talked about, when you're getting views for less than for a fraction of a penny, those views add up, and that can be the difference between someone clicking on the video and watching it and just scrolling past it because it's just another ad. But yeah, that's definitely a strategy that we would be able to do. It's kind of hard to implement on here, so that's why I just had to go in and tell it. And then pricing, we would discuss with y'all the pricing. It really just depends on what y'all feel comfortable with. We recommend it's you spend what you put in is usually what you get out, but you just can't put in a ton and work with like just and expect to do it yourself and expect to get like really great results, because a lot of it comes down to the targeting, the experimenting, and a lot of this here you're going to put more than one thing. There's like exclude and narrow. Facebook pixel, we would also implement that, where it would take that person's information and we would be able to track it, and we would be also that's when we would be able to implement it to the custom audiences part. So whenever people visit your page, we're able to take that person's information and find them on Facebook. It's kind of similar to on Google. You may have noticed you may visit a store. I noticed this when I visited a clothing store one time, and then you may have heard of Google ad sets. And then on like a bunch of random Google ads, it would be that same store, and that's them following up. And we would do similar. That's what we would be doing similar, but on Facebook. And if Google is also what y'all would like, if y'all feel like Google would also be a good use for y'all's company, we would also implement that with Google. And yeah, so, and the placements, we never go recommended. That's a trick to just get your money, because not all pictures are the same and not all audiences are the same. You may know the audience on Instagram and Facebook are completely different. Instagram's kind of younger and it's more picture based, where Facebook is a little where text is more, you're more likely to actually get that read. Like if we were in here we would be doing a video. So stories, no, because the video has a I believe on Facebook stories it's like 15 seconds. Marketplace, that could be a good place, but you wouldn't really be. So I wouldn't recommend just selling anything right off the gate, because what we would also talk about is work with y'all on a sales funnel, where I can actually just show it to you right here. We would have something similar to this. Similar to this, but it would be an article, or it would say something like a free consultation, or something for free that we would talk about just giving away something for free, or like a free ebook, or we would say free tips down, or click now, something like that. and then we could get their information, and we would bring them to the sales page. That would be the sales page. We would get them to download, we'd get them to order, and then we could then begin an upsell, and then which is us actually offering them something more, like an actual, we could say, call now and order just a random product that we would think of. We would talk about this with y'all. I'm not familiar with everything on y'all's website, like your products. But I am familiar with your surgeries. I've been looking at it and just observing and making sure that I'm not just coming in here blind and trying to help, because not contrary to popular belief, not every some agencies may try to convince to you that all all problems can be solved with the same formula for on social media, that you can just put it into Facebook and it'll be solved. But there's an actual system that goes behind it. So the reason I would like to have you on this call is I have like questions that I would ask you, and that would help me better situate all this and figure out what is y'all's main your main pain points are. But yeah, we would be able to, if we sold something like something with that was free plus shipping, a free like skincare product that would be like $5 for you. They would buy it for $5, and then we would say, okay, since you have that, would you like to also buy this product, this other skincare product that does this? And that could be $50 or $60. And if they say yes, we upsell them again. Would you like to buy this product that's $200 or $300? And if they say yes again, they get the thank you page. We have their email, and you've made a couple $100. But on the contrary, if they say no to the upsell, we would downsell them. So if they say no to the $50 or $60 product, we say, okay, well, would you like this $20 product? And if they say no, we would just simply, that would take them to the thank you page. But if they say yes, we take them to the upsell. If they say yes again, they would, it'd be a thank you. They say no, we downsell again. They say yes or no, we'd say thank you again. So instead of it just being a one hit and quit, we are just taking multiple swings, trying to get the most bang for our buck. So one click could sell you multiple offers, while other companies, other companies are, what they'll do is they'll just set it up to where it goes straight to the order page, and usually they if they buy it, they buy it, and if they don't, they don't. But with this, we capture their email so that we have the ability to email them back and follow them up, which will increase the conversions by a lot. And then if they order, we have the ability to upsell and upsell and upsell and downsell if needed, and downsell if needed. There was actually a flashlight company that made like over I believe like over $1 million in revenue by implementing this strategy, but with like batteries. And so if a flashlight company can do this with batteries, and we know that it can for sure work with something as easy as skincare products, which sometimes you would want to go together, like acne products and then skin smoothener. I'm not expert. I'm not a dermatologist or anything like that, so I'm not 100% expert. I'm just good at marketing. Yeah, we would place these on specific spots that we know they would need to go, not Instagram, because that's we would do a little bit of testing. We're not going to spend hundreds of dollars on it to test it and then see it not work. We would probably put just a few in there, and just to see if there's anything, and if there's not, then we would just cut it off immediately. But then we would target a little bit, set your ad budget. We would talk to you about that, and then this is where whoever you have creating your ads would come in. We would they would send us over the ad. We would post it in behind the scenes. There's no boosting. That was another thing. If you may have heard of boosting. Boosting it is like this, but it's completely different. It's kind of a waste of your money because you're boosting it to whoever. You could be boosting to 18-year-olds, 18-year-old future basketball players. That and that's I would assume that's not really your audience. So, and that's just a waste of money because they could just click on it and then you're being charged for clicks that um, have a really low chance of buying. And with this way, you're collecting emails, you're building your email list, so you're able to retarget them later on for free, and you're actually have the possibility of getting sales. And with the free consultation, they would be booking. We would make sure we would set up like a system to make them feel urgent to book a call. We would say, call now. We would put your number up, book your consultation now and get this product, probably like a $5 or $10 product for free. And then they would call. We would be able to get them in the door. And as I'm sure you know, if you can get them in the door, their chances of buying are just they're through the roof. And then at that point, it's just on y'all. We've brought the customer to you. All you have to do is just do what you do and just perform at the high level that y'all do. And here's just a representation of what we would be able to do. So this is the average lifetime value of a patient. Yeah, you can read, but yeah, I'm not sure. But with this, you could plug in your own numbers. I wasn't able to see your prices, but this is kind of average from what I've been seeing. So Botox and fillers around 1,200 every time, and from what I've seen, around 3 visits a year. So if they've returned for 10 years because they feel comfortable with you, they feel like that's where they would want to go, you can get 36,000 from them. There, anything with lasers, 5,000, surgical procedure, 8,000, and as long as they're liking your service, they're going and they keep coming back. They're going to refer someone eventually. Someone's going to ask, and they'll refer a friend. We'll at a minimum, and just to lowball a little bit, we'll say 1, and that one person comes in, and they get an injection, and then another one comes in and they have a surgery, and then that adds up to $58,200. So let's say it's 58,000. So if we bring in 1 customer a month, that's 58,000 extra a month on Facebook, and that's just Facebook alone. We also do YouTube ads, Google ads. We do everything, but with your niche, it's more tailored to Facebook. So that's usually just what we like to represent to clients whenever we're presenting to them. So that's really about it. We would, at the end, we would take the content that you've created, we'd post it in here. We would add we would just make sure that it got to the right audience, and then we would send it off. We would consistently watch it. We would make sure that if it was not doing good, we would immediately take it off and then retarget it and try to mix it up a little bit. Because maybe if it's not converting at the rate we think it should be converting at, it's because it could be the audience, it could be the thumbnail, it could be the copy of the ad, and we would just keep changing stuff out. And then once we find something that works, it would go with that. And one of the last things is that I talked to you about is building a website. So with the websites, whenever I went on here, I was looking to see if you had a website, but we would be able to private label. We would put something, it would probably say online store right here, and it would have skincare products that you could private label. So you could put your own product logo or your own practice logo on it, and it would help build brand. The customers that already work with you, they're more likely to buy that because they already have a relationship with you. So they already feel comfortable with you, and they're more likely to actually go stay with you and buy it directly from you, especially if you offer it to them, and rather than going to Walmart or going to Amazon and buying it off of there, because it could be the exact same product, but because it's your brand on there, they will feel safer. And with their website, I also had a few tips. I would recommend having a picture with her woman's eyes open, because research shows that you're going whenever we're like babies, there's something in our mind that will make us look towards wherever eyes are. Like it's like they're like eye detectors. So if what I would recommend is either changing, if you have multiple pictures of this image, it may be Photoshop from what I'm able to tell, but it also could not be. But from the way it looks with how sharp and defined the lines are, it looks like it could be Photoshop. So if you could like get another image, find another image of a woman and just put her in place of that, if you wanted to keep that background, and make sure her eyes are open, because then people are more likely to gravitate to it. And the same thing with the first one, because I'm not really sure which one y'all are using the most of, because I looked on Yelp. I believe I have it open here, and it's y'all have both open. So I'm not sure if, because also one says 20. This one's, I believe this is the one that says 2017, and then this one says 2019. But if this is the one you are using, everything else is great. It's just there should be eyes on the front, and everything else is great. You have a video, which is perfect. Usually we have to talk people through the importance of having a video, but y'all already have that down, and pretty much everything else is great. And with the email marketing, with the landing page that we would be doing, a lot of people, a common question that we will get is, why do we need to have the landing page if we can collect emails on our website? Well, the main reason is because people aren't going to always going to scroll down to the very bottom. They might take a look at it, they might scroll down a little bit, and then they're going to be out. And they're not just going to join your newsletter just because you said to. You have to have some kind of incentive to make them join. Like I would say, join to get a free 3 free tips on how to keep your skin clear. That would be something that I would. That's just a quick example that just came up right now on how to help get emails. But yeah, we would have it where it's just simple. Like whenever they click on the link to, whether it be on Google or Facebook, it only says, it's like a video of it's like testimonials, or just a quick video or whatever we would come up with. And then it would just say name, email, number, and then that's it. And there's just no distractions. It's straight to the point. But on a website, you could press this button, you could press this button. There's all these different buttons you could press. And on the landing page, your options are limited. They're going to be less overwhelmed. And there's no incentive to actually buy anything, because you're just giving away your information, which they might not. It's going to be an easier decision to make just giving away your email to someone that seems like that's a doctor that you're going to have a lot more trust in. than just buying something right away. So that would give us the opportunity to actually build trust with them through email marketing, just sending emails, sending like free tips, sending happy birthday, just regular stuff. But yeah, just I would recommend getting eyes, like a woman's face with eyes on the front cover to actually attract attention and just keep people present. Um, but yeah, I believe that's about it. If you have any questions, Harley, just send me an email and I will get to you as quick as possible. I'd really love to have you talk to you directly, but unfortunately our schedules weren't able to fit together. So I'm up at 5:08 in the morning right now, my time, just getting this recorded for you. But if I hope I was able to help. And if you choose not to work with us, that's perfectly fine. You can take like I would recommend like taking a picture of this right now, and you could implement it yourself. You could find another company and work with them. We're not really trying to just sell. We're more about helping people and helping practices. So if you have any questions, just send me an email or call me. Probably would be better to send me an email because I'm usually in some kind of meeting or class, and because I'm always trying to learn how to get better. So if I hope I was able to answer all your questions. Send me an email if I wasn't able to answer them, and have a great day, Carly.